Dawn over the red Savannah. The sun rose slowly over the vast African savanna, painting the red soil in hues of gold and amber. Dust swirled gently with the morning wind, and the distant drums of the village heralded a new day. Children ran barefoot across the cracked earth, their laughter mingling with the chirping of birds. At the edge of the village, a young girl carefully balanced a clay bucket filled with water on her head. Tandi's hands were raw, her feet blistered from days of hard labor, yet her posture remained upright, her eyes carrying an unyielding determination. Tandi's life was not easy. She had no father. Her mother was sick and weak, and her only family was the mistress of the grand house, Nabirye, a woman known for her wealth, pride, and cruelty. Nabirye's voice rang sharply through the morning air. "Tandi, if the water is dirty, you will taste it yourself." Tandi lowered her eyes and quickened her steps. One misstep could mean punishment, another insult, or a beating. Chapter 2. Jabari's quiet concern. Inside the grand house, Jabari, Nabirye's son, observed the scene from the balcony. He was handsome, strong, and brave, but unlike his mother, he possessed a heart capable of compassion. He watched Tandi struggle with the heavy bucket, feeling a mixture of fear, guilt, and helplessness. Jabari had often wanted to speak up, to protect Tandi, but fear of his mother's anger kept him silent. He clenched his fists as he whispered under his breath, "Jabari, one day I will protect you, Tandi." That evening, as Tandi returned, Jabari quietly followed her to ensure she reached home safely. "Jabari, Tandi, do not go into the forest alone at night. There are hyenas roaming. Tandi, mistress will punish me if I don't." Jabari felt the weight of injustice crush his heart. Asha's return. The city carriage rattled as it entered the village, carrying Asha, Nabirye's niece. Spoiled, arrogant, and sharp-tongued, she immediately looked down upon Tandi. "Asha, Aunt Nabirye, why is this servant girl still alive?" "Nabirye, she exists only to serve." From that day, Tandi's chores became unbearable. She fetched heavier water, scrubbed endless floors, and climbed the hills to hang laundry in the blazing sun. Her hands blistered, her back ached, yet she never complained. Silence was her shield. Into the dangerous forest. One sweltering afternoon, Asha demanded, "Tandi, fetch firewood from the deep forest. Quickly!" Tandi hesitated. The forest was dark, full of dangerous animals, hidden pits, and treacherous paths. The towering trees seemed to whisper threats, and the wind carried warnings. As she navigated the thick brush, Tandi stumbled, scraping her leg on jagged rocks. Blood trickled down, and she felt herself falter. Suddenly, a calm voice pierced the tension. "Baraka, are you hurt, child?" "Tandi, I must obey mistress. I cannot return empty-handed." Baraka, a kind villager known for his gentle heart, helped her bind her wound and offered water. Baraka, even lions show mercy. Why do humans not? For the first time in her life, Tandi felt seen as a person, not just a servant. Nabirye's fury unleashed. Returning late with firewood, Tandi faced Nabirye's wrath. Asha stood behind her, sneering, while Nabirye's eyes blazed with fury. "Nabirye, who helped you? Speak." Tandi remained silent. Nabirye shoved her to the ground, the red soil scratching her skin. "Jabari, mother, stop!" Nabirye, Stay back. She must learn her place." Tandi's bruised body and trembling hands bore witness to the cruelty of her daily life, yet her spirit remained unbroken. Village Festival and Mama Kenda. The village held its annual festival. Drums echoed under the baobab trees. Women danced, children laughed, and the elders chanted prayers. Tandi worked tirelessly, fetching water and preparing food for the celebration. Mama Kenda, the village elder, observed, "Child, you burn from within. Why are you made to suffer so?" "Nabirye, she is clumsy." "Chief Mwanga, Nabirye, your cruelty shames this village." The villagers watched in silence. Nabirye's pride began to waver. The deep forest journey. Tandi took a deep breath as she stepped into the shadowy forest. The trees were colossal, their roots twisting like serpents across the path. Sunlight barely penetrated the thick canopy, and the air was thick with the scent of damp earth and wild herbs. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig made her heart pound. She knew of the wild animals that roamed here, leopards, snakes, and even wild dogs. Yet she pressed on, driven by the knowledge that Jabari's life depended on her courage. Hours passed. Tandi's arms ached from carrying her heavy basket. Her legs were scratched and bleeding from thorny bushes. A sudden roar echoed through the forest. A leopard prowled nearby. Tandi froze, her eyes wide with fear. Slowly, she crouched low and moved silently behind a large tree trunk. After what felt like an eternity, she stumbled upon a patch of rare herbs glowing faintly under a shaft of sunlight. These were the moyo leaves, said to heal even the gravest illnesses. Tandi carefully plucked the leaves, her hands trembling with both exhaustion and hope. Baraka's guidance. As Tandi began her journey back, she heard footsteps behind her. It was Baraka, who had secretly followed her, fearing for her safety. "Baraka, Tandi, these paths are dangerous. Let me help you carry some of this load." "Tandi, I must do this alone. Mistress's orders. And Jabari, I cannot fail." Baraka nodded, understanding her determination. Together, they navigated the treacherous forest, avoiding snakes, deep mud pits, and the occasional roar of wild beasts. Along the way, Tandi whispered to herself, "Nai, give me strength. Let me not fail those who need me." Her faith gave her courage, and slowly the dense forest began to thin, signaling that the village was near. The drought strikes the village. Back in the village, the sun scorched the earth relentlessly. The crops had failed. The river was a mere trickle, and the villagers were weak with hunger and thirst. Livestock had perished, leaving families desperate. "Chief Mwanga, the rains have not come. We must pray, and we must find solutions, or many will not survive." Tandi, carrying the precious moyo leaves, arrived just in time. Jabari lay in bed, burning with fever. Nabirye was frantic, her usual pride replaced with panic. "Nabirye, heal him, please. I beg you, Mama Kenda, save my son." "Mama Kenda, I can, but Tandi must be freed from your cruelty, Nabirye. Only then can her courage work miracles." Nabirye's chest tightened. Pride battled desperation, but love for her son won. She reluctantly agreed. Then, healing and Tandi's courage. Recognized, Tandi carefully prepared the moyo leaves under Mama Kenda's guidance. She crushed them into a fine paste, mixed with water, and fed the medicine to Jabari. Hours passed. The fever began to subside. Jabari's breathing eased, and his eyes fluttered open. Jabari, Tandi, you saved me. Tandi, we saved you. We all did. Nabirye watched in silence, her heart heavy with shame. She realized that this girl, whom she had treated so cruelly, possessed bravery, compassion, and a heart far greater than her own. Asha's jealous plot. Meanwhile, Asha, enraged by Tandi's growing respect in the village, sought the witch doctor Keone to cast spells against her. Asha, make the villagers hate Tandi. Make her feared and powerless. Keone, a dark and cunning figure, agreed. The night was thick with shadows as she prepared her spell, chanting incantations and scattering herbs under the full moon. However, Tandi's purity of heart and courage created an unseen shield. The spell misfired, striking Asha instead. She shrieked and raved, revealing her malice to everyone. The villagers turned against Asha, and Tandi's honor was reinforced. The village rallies. The village had suffered much from drought and illness, but Tandi's bravery inspired everyone. Baraka organized groups to dig new wells, elders guided crop planting, and women cooked nourishing meals from limited supplies. Even Nabirye, humbled and changed, worked alongside the villagers, learning to respect Tandi's strength. Chief Mwanga, from now on courage, honesty, and compassion will guide our village. Tandi, your bravery has led us through darkness. Tandi's leadership and vision. Months passed. The village began to flourish once more. Crops grew, the river swelled with water, and animals returned. Tandi became the teacher of the village children, passing on lessons of courage, kindness, and resilience. Tandi, we are stronger together. Every heart that dares to hope, every hand that works, can change the world around us. Jabari stood beside her, a steadfast ally, while Nabirye learned humility and compassion through her redemption. Keone's last scheme. Even after the failed spell, Keone, the cunning witch doctor, plotted one final time. She believed that if she could curse Tandi at the source of her strength, the sacred, red Savannah's heart, the place where elders prayed, she could succeed. Under the cover of night, she entered the clearing near the old baobab tree. Herbs and bones were arranged meticulously. She began chanting, Keone, by the spirits of the earth and sky, bring fear and pain to her heart. The wind twisted violently, and shadows danced in unnatural forms. But Tandi, guided by her pure heart, had been meditating and praying near the river. Her connection with the land created an invisible shield around her, neutralizing Keone's dark energy. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck the baobab tree. Keone screamed, her spell backfiring. She fell unconscious as the forest seemed to reclaim the dark energy, restoring balance. Asha's reckoning. Asha, who had aligned with Keone's dark magic, faced the consequences of her jealousy. The villagers, now aware of her schemes, demanded justice. Chief Mwanga, Asha, your pride and envy have harmed this community. You must make amends. Humbled and terrified, Asha was assigned to work under Tandi's supervision. She carried water, cleaned floors, and helped the children, learning humility through service. Over time, her heart softened, and she came to respect the girl she once despised. Asha, whispering one evening, "Tandi, I see now, you are stronger than anyone I've known." Tandi, smiling softly, "Strength comes not from power, but from heart and perseverance." In Tandi's complete leadership, with Nabirye's redemption and Asha's transformation, Tandi's role in the village solidified. She taught the children not only reading and counting, but also courage, kindness, and resilience. The village thrived under her guidance. Crops grew plentifully, nourished by careful irrigation. The river was managed to prevent drought. Villagers learned the importance of unity, respect, and caring for one another. Baraka became her trusted advisor, helping to organize community projects. Together, they repaired old paths, rebuilt homes, and planted trees that would provide shade and fruit for generations. The village celebrated its traditional rituals more vividly than ever. Every month, under the baobab tree, the elders taught the youth harvest blessings. Children danced around newly harvested crops, healing ceremonies. Tandi assisted Mama Kenda in preparing herbal remedies. Moonlight storytelling. Stories of courage, like Tandi's journey, inspired every heart. Even the forest became a place of reverence. Villagers planted flowers and herbs near the river, honoring the spirits of the land that had protected Tandi and the village during crises. Tandi and Jabari led a group to explore the mountains for new water sources and medicinal herbs. The path was treacherous, cliffs, wild animals, and sudden storms. Yet Tandi's bravery inspired others to overcome fear. One evening, perched on a high cliff, Jabari said, "Tandi, you've changed everything here. You've given hope where there was none." "Tandi, we've all changed. Courage is in every heart that chooses to act." They found hidden springs and rare herbs, ensuring the village's survival for many years. As time passed, Jabari and Tandi grew closer. Their bond was not built on wealth or social hierarchy, but on mutual respect and shared experiences. One evening, under the orange sunset, Jabari, "Tandi, you've shown me what true strength is. Will you walk this life with me?" Tandi, smiling, "We walk together for the village, for each other, and for every child who dreams of a better life." Baraka, Nabirye, and the villagers cheered silently, proud of the love and respect that had blossomed from hardship. Years passed. Tandi's name became legend in the red Savannah. She was no longer a servant. She was a teacher, leader, healer, and inspiration. Children ran freely, learning and laughing. The village prospered with unity and courage. Even Asha became a devoted student, teaching younger girls the lessons Tandi had imparted. Tandi often stood near the river, looking at the sunset, whispering, "I thank you for the strength, for the trials, and for the heart to change the world." The red Savannah, once a land of suffering, now echoed with laughter, music, and the enduring spirit of hope. Tandi's journey from a timid maid to the heart of the village remained a story of resilience, courage, forgiveness, and transformation.